Learn English through story. The Last Chance. In a quaint town nestled between rolling hills, there lived a man named Martin. He was a respected doctor, known for his dedication to his patients and his tireless work ethic. However, despite his professional success, Martin was often distant and emotionally unavailable, prioritizing his career over his personal life. He had a wife, Laura, and a teenage daughter, Mia, who often felt like shadows in his world, overshadowed by his relentless pursuit of success. As the years passed, Martin became more entrenched in his work, often missing family dinners and important events. Laura, though supportive, began to feel neglected and unappreciated, while Mia withdrew into her own world, yearning for her father's attention. Despite their attempts to reach out, Martin remained focused on his patients, believing that as long as he provided for them financially, his family would understand. One fateful evening, Martin returned home after a grueling day at the hospital. As he entered, he noticed the silence that enveloped the house. Laura was in the kitchen, preparing dinner, while Mia was locked away in her room. He felt an unsettling sense of isolation, but brushed it off as the stress of work. "Hey, how was your day?" Laura asked, her voice lacking its usual warmth. "Busy as always," Martin replied, pouring himself a glass of water. "I had a few emergencies and barely had time to eat." Laura nodded but didn't press further. Instead, she continued to set the table, her expression betraying a mix of disappointment and resignation. Martin, oblivious to her feelings, sat down to eat in silence, lost in thoughts of patience and deadlines. Later that night, as Martin prepared for bed, he overheard Mia sobbing in her room. Concerned, he knocked softly on her door. "Mia, is everything okay?" "Go away, Dad," she replied, her voice muffled by tears. Martin hesitated, unsure of how to respond. He had always believed that his role as a provider was enough, but in that moment, he realized it wasn't. "I just want to help, can we talk?" After a moment of silence, the door creaked open, and Mia's tear-streaked face appeared. "You wouldn't understand," she said, her eyes filled with hurt. Martin sat down on the edge of her bed, searching for words. "Try me," he urged gently. Mia took a deep breath, her voice trembling. "You're never here, Dad. You don't even know what's going on in my life. It's like I'm invisible to you." Her words struck him like a thunderbolt. He had been so absorbed in his work that he had neglected the very people who mattered most to him. "I'm sorry, Mia. I didn't realize. I thought if I worked hard, it would make everything better." "But we need you, Dad. Not just your money. We need you to be present," she replied, her frustration giving way to sadness. That night, Martin lay awake, wrestling with guilt and regret. He had taken for granted the love and support of his family, believing that his dedication to his career was enough. He thought of Laura, who had always been his rock, and Mia, who was growing up without his guidance. The realization struck him: he had lost sight of what truly mattered. The next morning, Martin made a decision. He took a leave of absence from work and promised himself that he would focus on rebuilding his relationship with his family. He started by spending quality time with Mia, attending her soccer games, and asking her about her interests. He also took Laura out on date nights, rediscovering the love that had brought them together in the first place. As he devoted more time to his family, Martin found joy in the simplest moments. He and Mia painted their house together, laughed over silly jokes, and shared their dreams. Laura appreciated his efforts, and slowly, the warmth in their home began to return. However, a few weeks later, Martin received a call from the hospital. One of his longtime patients, Mr. Jenkins, was critically ill and wanted to see him. Torn between duty and family, Martin felt the familiar pull of his profession. But this time, he chose differently. "I'm sorry, but I can't come in right now," he said firmly. "I have family commitments that I need to prioritize." That decision marked a turning point in Martin's life. He began to understand that true success wasn't solely about professional achievements but about the relationships he cultivated and the love he nurtured. By prioritizing his family, he found a sense of fulfillment he had long overlooked. Months passed, and as the seasons changed, so did Martin. His relationship with Laura and Mia blossomed, filled with laughter, understanding, and shared experiences. He learned to balance his work and personal life, refusing to let the demands of his career consume him again. One evening, as the family gathered around the dinner table, Martin looked at Laura and Mia, his heart swelling with gratitude. "Thank you for being patient with me," he said, his voice filled with sincerity. "I know I've let you down, but I'm committed to being better." Laura smiled, her eyes shining with love. "We've always believed in you, Martin. It just took you some time to see what really matters." Mia chimed in, "I'm glad you're here, Dad. I missed you." As they shared stories and laughter over dinner, Martin felt a profound sense of contentment. He had reclaimed the pieces of his life that truly mattered, and with each passing day, the weight of regret lifted. He realized that while life would always present challenges, it was the love of his family that would guide him through. In the end, Martin learned that it's never too late to change course. The last chance to connect with loved ones is often the most important, and it is within those moments that we discover the essence of a fulfilled life. By embracing his family, he found not only redemption but also the love that had always been waiting for him to return. I hope you enjoyed the story. If you enjoyed, then please like and share this video, and don't forget to subscribe our YouTube channel. Thank you for watching.